Hi, I'm Kim.
And I'm Andy.
And together we are the I Wonder Sisters.
Yay!
Yay! Hello, everyone. We are back on Spreaker, and happy to be, because it is actually the most user-friendly thing that we have been working on. So we're going to go on and start today's show. It's called Money and Spirituality. Uh-oh. So the reason why we decided to choose this topic today is because I've noticed that on social media, and I'm sure a lot of other spiritual businesses have noticed this in various places and on various social media platforms, not just one, but we spend most of our time on Instagram. And we've just noticed that whenever we post a post about advertising or marketing our business, even when we post about marketing other people's businesses that are spiritual, people tend not to hit the like button as much, and I noticed that through the stats, and I just wondered why, because our business, I do know the I Wonder Sisters and That Little Brown Witch, they are both listed as businesses on Instagram, okay? And our profile clearly says that we are businesses. And so, yes, we love to do the posts that make you smile, that motivate you, that give you the truth, whether you like it or not. We love doing those posts. I'm a techie. I love making posters. We love putting those things on Instagram, but we are a business, and so I would say that only about maybe once or twice a week do Andy and I even put anything on there that might list the price of what we do, that might talk about what we do as a business. So it's not like we're posting even what's recommended, which they say is once or twice a day out of 4 posts. Okay, so that's 50% is what is recommended if you are a business, but we choose not to do that because our profile definitely has a lot of information on it. And the people that follow us seem to know what we do. We have a blog that tells you what we do, and we have the link to that blog. We also have a donation link for those people who just appreciate what we do and would like to help us out. And so we just do it about once or twice a week. I'll create a poster or say something about our business, our readings, Andy's energy work, and so on. And so those posts still get a lot less likes, and we just wonder why. So why do you think?
I think there's a stigma about people who are in helping professions getting paid for what they do. I think a lot of people, even in the more traditional setting, I think a lot of people think doctors should work for free, and massage therapists shouldn't charge a lot and stuff like that. And it seems to me that people are put off by those of us in healing professions who charge money for what we do. And it baffles me because we offer services the same way anybody else does. If you go into a restaurant, you expect to pay for your food. And if you come to us for a mentoring session, we expect to be paid for our expertise, our compassion, our time,
life experience.
Yeah.
All of that. Exactly. And the thing is, though, is that you find a lot of spiritual businesses do give a lot away for free. And I know that Andy and we will work with someone And then oftentimes if we connect with that person, we don't continue to charge them when they hit us up on the phone, or hit us up on Instagram, send us a DM, because they feel like they might be having a meltdown or something like that. We don't charge them. There are a lot of people who would, and who would say, hey, go back to the website, this is what a mentoring session costs, or we'll give you a discount. But oftentimes when we have a connection with a person, because we really care, we do give a lot of our time and expertise away for free. And we also give a lot of things away for free simply because we want them to be free. So it's not as if we are charging for every little thing that we do. And a lot of businesses, spiritual businesses that we're connected with, I know do the same thing. We have received things that have been at greatly discounted, that have just been free readings, or a lot of people on Instagram do free readings on Fridays. We normally do that if we have the time to do it. We'll do free readings on Fridays. Even if we see that somebody has put in a request for a free reading and we didn't get to see it until Monday, we have done free readings. So it's not that there's nothing for free, and it's not that our business and many businesses like ours don't function differently, because we do. Walmart doesn't charge us any less just because we go there 3 times a week. Whenever we go through the aisle, they expect whatever the thing costs, they expect to see currency for that. So because that's needed and it's important and it's valued, and I guess for me, I just want to feel valued and to let people know that money is simply energy. I mean, you either have it or you don't.
Right. And I really believe that that a lot of healers and people that work in the healing arts like us sometimes get apologetic about charging, and give a lot of things away that they maybe shouldn't, because their time and their energy has value, like Kim said, and people who come to them need to participate in some way in the exchange of energy, and part of that participation is paying for the energy you're getting. And I don't believe that there's anything wrong with people in the healing arts promoting themselves financially and asking for reimbursement for services rendered. I really think that, and I don't believe that giving things away for free should mitigate the charging for services. We give things away for free occasionally because we've connected with somebody or because we want to promote something. Dogs don't bark. Go on.
We have 3 dogs, so you may hear some barking. And our friend and landlady also has dogs. They're all rescues. I always like to say that because that's another thing important to us. So you may hear some noise. Also, there is a horse named Siddhartha, who's behind our casita, and you may hear him. So just excuse that. It's the real world here. So yeah, so I agree, and it bothered us so much that we decided to have a show about it, because I know that it bothers a lot of people. And when I say that money is energy, this is real important to get. It's not just a catchphrase. Money is energy. Now, we have certain people that we work with who exchange other things with us. They have gifts and talents, and they exchange those gifts and talents with us, and we do the same with them. And these are special collaborations and special connections that we have with certain people. So money is definitely energy. It is something that really, when you work with any type of a healer, or you work with somebody who is helping you on a spiritual, on a soul level, it's important for you to actually participate, as Andy said, in that energetic process. So every time you are looking for something for free, what you're really doing is you are really cheating yourself out of everything that you could get out of this energetic process. You should be happy to do your part. And if your part happens to be payment in cash or debit or credit or whatever it may be, then that's the same thing. It's still a collaboration. It's still a partnership. Just one moment. We're sorry.
I worked with a healer in England named Matthew Manning, and he was very respected and very well known. And he has a place, I forget exactly where it is, but where people go for healing sessions. And when I worked with him, one of the things he said is that no matter how much you charge, you must charge something always, because that is the way the client participates in the whole process. And he was completely unapologetic about it. He said, if you want to discount certain things, that's fine. If you want a sliding scale for people who don't have enough money and want a healing session or a mentoring session and deserve it, you can charge less. But you must always charge something, because a lot of people go to healers and expect to be done.
Yeah. To
be done to. And it's not like having a massage, when you go to a healer. And you don't just lay there like a lump and get healed. There is an exchange of energy, which is the client's participation and the healer's participation, melding together. And part of the client's participation is payment for services rendered. I can't say that enough.
Yes, exactly. And the client participates not just in payment, but they also must be really in it to get things done, to change their lives. It's like, I can't want to change your life more than you want to change your life, and we've gotten into situations like that where we want so much for the client that they really don't want as much for themselves, and so therefore their actions show us that. We'll give them homework to do, real suggestions on work that they have to do for themselves on that particular week, and give them suggestions on things that they should add to their lives in order to help solve these issues that they come to us with. And they won't do any of it, and they'll just get upset because Andy and I are not miracle workers. And I'm going to tell you, if someone is advertising themselves as a miracle worker and that you need to do nothing but just come to them and just be, I would definitely watch out for that person. I would advise you not to go to that person, because this is always a partnership. It's a partnership between Andy and myself, because we have different gifts, we have different things to offer people, and it's a partnership between us and the client. And as we said, the participation and the wanting, the desire for changes in your life is no different than the money. It just looks different. You just come by it differently. All of it is energetic,
Like Kim said, we can't change your lives for you. The work is yours to do. We can just guide you and offer suggestions and give you perhaps a different perspective on a problem or a particular issue that you're going through. But the work is yours, and we will not take clients on who aren't ready for us.
Yes.
We have a very strict rule about that. We interview our clients for quite a while before we actually do a session with them, because if you're not ready to do the work and you just want to be done to, then you're not ready for us.
Yes, exactly. That's how we work, and that's how we find the greatest results. And it shows us that from the clients who are ready and that come to us ready, and they want to know, what can I do? What can I do? And they keep checking in with us. We don't have to check in with them, although we do. But we don't have to check in with them or say, what happened to that person? They are constantly checking in with us and saying, hey, I'm doing my journal. I'm answering those questions. Oh yeah, I found that the exercise that you gave me really works. Yes, I'm inspired this week, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I remember when you suggested this or that. So we know when someone is working with us, and that is like number one to us. It's everything, because if you're not ready to put the work in to change your life, then it's not going to change. And Andy and I both having different life experiences, and some things similar, but many things different. Our challenges have been different, but we both been on many journeys, okay? And we both understand what it is to start from the bottom of somewhere, okay, and feel like life has its foot on your neck, and how to come up from there, okay? And so this is what we are offering to anyone who comes to us, is that experience and that knowledge and that wisdom that allowed us to come from that space of being at our lowest up to where it is we want to be, and we're still climbing and growing and still putting those things to use and still using that wisdom and the teachings and all the things that we've learned. So we know how deep it is, and we know how hard it can be. It's not that it's minus joy, but lots of times to get to a space of joy, there's hard work involved in that. And the work that we do, like we said, and we respect so many people that we have met on Instagram and the gifts and the work that they do, and we don't contact them if we can't afford them. We may look at somebody's work and say, wow, I would love to do that. That sounds great. When we get the money, we'll participate in that. Or when I get the money, I'll get a reading from this particular person or that particular person. But we never call them up or email them or contact them and ask for anything for free, because we just don't believe in that. It would just be insane to me to do that. It's a respect for the gifts that they've been given, that they have chosen to use, because a lot of people are walking around with gifts, and they have not chosen to use them, and that's perfectly fine. They've chosen to do something else with their lives. But when people have gifts, spiritual gifts, that are able to help you the way it helped them, and they're willing to share that, and they've chosen to use those gifts as their life, as their passion, as their work, they should be paid for that, and they should be paid with joy, not grudgingly. If you're going to pay somebody grudgingly, don't pay them. Don't involve yourself in that process. In Buddhism, in many schools of Buddhism, they say when you give, you're only giving to yourself anyway. And I love that. I learned that a long time ago from a Buddhist teacher that I had. When you give, you're only giving to yourself anyway. And that's the same thing as what we talked about when we say it is a participation. It is your part in that energetic process. Anything you want to add to that?
No.
We want to say thank you to everybody that is tuning in, and we want to do this every week, right?
Yes.
Once a week.
Yes.
Okay. We, Andy and I have tried a few things that just do not work for us. I found that Spreaker connects to YouTube. Now, how it does that, I'm not really sure because there's no video here. So, we'll find out. Yeah, we don't have to look good when we're doing a podcast here,
We're actually both unclothed.
Andy suggested that, but I chose not to, so only she's unclothed. But I found that video for us kept us from doing our weekly podcast because it just was like, oh, I don't feel like putting on makeup today, it was all those little things. And also it was a lot of big technical things. We would do a whole video and then, the computer would crash. Or the system that we were using would crash. And then there would be no help for it. You'd email. I just did a whole video and nobody ever emails you back when you ask what happened to it. So YouTube just didn't work for us there. And as much as I am a watcher of YouTube, to participate in YouTube, there's also a lot of things that I really don't like about it. When you are a YouTuber, and there's a lot of cattiness and things like that go on that we're just not really interested in being involved in. We're interested in peaceful giving collaborations. So if that's you, then you would be contacting us. Also, we want to mention that we would love for you to visit our blog, which is going on 4 years old now. It is iwondersisterhood.com. And we would love for you to check us out there. We have a lot of information, a lot of sharing, a lot of personal sharing, and blog posts about pretty much everything there is to talk about when it comes to everyday life and solutions that we have found that may help you. Okay, we don't promise anything, but they may help you. So we ask you to visit our blog. We spend all of our time on Instagram when it comes to social media. So you will find us on Instagram at iWonderSisters. And we're on there every day, posting at least 3 times a day, and sharing other people's gifts and work as well that we have come to collaborate with, and we love and enjoy that. So visit us on Instagram at iWonderSisters. Connect with us, follow us. We'll follow you back as long as you're not doing any porn or anything like that. We may not follow you back, not that we're judging. Hey, I'm just saying, we just, we don't want a bunch of, crazy pictures on our timeline that we have to look at. So We do kind of draw the line at porn and anything racial, homophobic, those types of things. But other than that, we will follow you back. Okay, so join us on Instagram. Andy is an energy healer. I do mostly readings, cartomancy. I like the oracle decks. I do love the tarot, and I use it often as well. But I love using playing cards. I work well with playing cards and oracle decks. And our readings are for self-empowerment. We explain all of this on our website, so I don't want to explain it here. If you want to know how we read, what Andy does as far as energy sessions, energy healings, and what we do as mentors. So all of that is at iwondersisterhood.com. And I learned that from somebody from YouTube who said, I don't want to keep repeating everything that I do because it's there. Mm-hmm. And we even have a blog post linked on our shop/work with us page. You'll see a blog post link where it is written down exactly what we do. Okay. And on that page, it will tell you as well. So we'll be here every week unless something comes up where we just can't do it. Today is Friday for us. I don't know when you're listening to this, but we will try to put up a new podcast every Friday here on Spreaker. And we'll also put the link on Instagram as well. And so we thank you. Is there anything else that you want to say?
I just want to remind people that the whole point of this particular podcast was to address the issue of people in the healing arts offering their services for free. And if you are having a particular life issue and you want it to change, you have to be prepared to do the work. Byron Katie talks about, quote unquote, the work all the time. And the work is yours to do. We are there as participants and as guides and as helpers, but you have to be prepared to make the changes necessary to feel the joy that you want to feel. And if you're not ready to work at it, then don't approach a healer, because you disrespect them if you expect them to render services to you and not get paid.
Yes. Exactly. Beautiful. So I want you to also look out for, we have 2 more shows on Spreaker. One is Andy's Healing Sessions, and she will choose to share what she wants to share there, maybe about chakras at some point, or she might decide she wants to do a meditation on there. Mm-hmm. So there's Andy's Healing Sessions, and then I also will be doing probably at nighttime, randomly, I may try to do it once a week, a show called K-Speak, where I'll be playing some music and just basically putting a little bit of opinion and commentary in between that, and playing some experimental music and some music that has been shared by some people on Instagram that's absolutely beautiful and should be heard. So it'll be more entertainment with a little bit of enlightenment. I like that. So that's K-Speak. So look out for that too. And we thank you. And so we're going to say whatever day it is, exactly. Have a great day, and we'll see you. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.